everyone has seen this clip, and everyone knows about the most iconic character ever created, Mickey Mouse. And of course, the earliest rendition of Mickey Mouse, known as Steamboat Willie, has made it to public domain at the start of 2024. This black and white grayscale character is the only thing that people can use in media and make new content for, and well, they have. There have already been 2 games and 2 movies announced, so let's talk about them. But before we cover all of that, we have to understand what public domain is, all of the characters that have came over along with Mickey, and we'll review some past characters that you probably know in the public domain. Public domain in general is creative works and intellectual properties whose rights have expired or forfeited over the years. This means that those creative works are free use and people can really make anything with them. Games, movies, shows, art, media, and really the list goes on. And copyright has always been such an incredibly confusing subject. The Copyright Act of 1976 made it so that the copyrights of work would last for the life of the author plus 50 years, or 75 years from publication, or 100 years after creation. The Copyright Term Extension Act in 1998, which was named the Mickey Mouse Act, extended the author's rights to the life of the author plus 70 years, and for works of corporate authorship to 95 years from publication, or 120 years from creation, whichever comes first. That's what she said. It's insane the chokehold that Disney has on the world, and to be honest, Walt's cohorts are probably aiming a sniper to the back of my head right now, so I'll refrain from saying anything damning towards them. Smile. This now brings us to current day, where Steamboat Willie is in the public domain. A few others that came with Mickey is the earliest versions of Minnie Mouse, and the villain that plays in it named Pete. Another character that's not getting any attention is Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Why is the bouncing tail tiger not getting any recognition?
What's up with that?
So those are 3 big characters that really no one's talking about, but I'm sure that they'll find their way into some type of media, someone will recreate them, and probably make a porno with them. But I digress. Basically, the following years are going to be crazy for public domain, because the start of 2025 is Popeye the Sailor. His earliest rendition will be available at the beginning of 2025, and then also Betty Boop will be available at the beginning of 2026. Due to this, the C-list slasher directors are swimming in an infinite money glitch for years to come.
Fuck.
Anyways, let's take a look at the most notable characters that have come out in the public domain in the last few decades. We got Robin Hood, Dracula, King Kong, Frankenstein's monster, the earliest forms of the Wizard of Oz cast like Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, the Cowardly Lion, and of course Wizard of Oz, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Alice in Wonderland casts like Alice, Queen of Hearts, Cheshire Cat, Mad Hatter, and more. What's interesting though is that most of the characters that we see today made by Disney were actually on the public domain, and Disney just took them, flipped them, and reimagined their stories. Because of this, they copyrighted those reimagined stories, but you can still use those original characters. For example, Aladdin was introduced in the story The Arabian Nights and set in China. Disney flipped the character into their own, and it's as we see today. So really, most of the characters that you associate with Disney were actually characters already on the public domain, and they just reimagined the stories. And to be honest, after I found this out, I had to have a little sit down. I didn't know what to believe. Is anything real anymore? Is anything originally made? Who am I? What am I doing here? Anyways, I'm sorry to burst your bubble on those findings, but if I had to know, so do you. Anyways, let's look at the first game that was announced that was actually shown much earlier in 2023 that's called Mouse, a game made by indie developer Fumi Games where you play as a gritty private detective battling your way through an LA noir type game with FPS elements and a retro rubber hose animation style. I think this looks incredibly well done, especially being one of the first games they've ever made, and I don't think that they're really banking off the public domain of Mickey Mouse, since they already showed trailers earlier on in 2023, so it's more of a reimagined of maybe the rubber hose style. I don't know. Nothing but good things to say about this game so far, and really I just want to get my hands on it. And this game is said to release in 2025. The next game is Infestation Origins, which was announced as soon as Steamboat Willie came into public domain, so these guys were holding on to this for a bit. It's said to be a co-op horror game that involves gassing rats as you play as these hazmat suit wearing men. Clearly the developers are looking at the success of Lethal Company and thought they would slap on their own take, but Twitter has had a feeding frenzy about this game. The title was actually changed to Infestation Origins from Infestation 88. A lot of speculation on the game being a dog whistle rhetoric. I'm not trying to get into that, but what I will say is that Nightmare Forge Games has said that their team has been making spine-chilling games since 2010. Yet they don't say any of the games they've been a part of or show any games they've made as a company. It's kind of odd for me. I generally don't enjoy mascot horror games, especially ones that are bad grabs. I've talked extensively about the pros and cons of mascot horror games in a previous video, so you should check it out. So 2 games with completely different public opinions of them. It shows that one is made with passion and love for the style and animation of the past, while the other being mascot horror garbage, created for their own monetary gain, as well as a possible underlying disgusting message. Nightmare Forge did put out a statement on their game, having their title be Infestation 88. They didn't understand the connotation that 88 had, and well, here we are. To be honest, I don't like mascot horror, so the likelihood that I play this is really low. And now let's check out the movies. The first one is Mickey's Mousetrap.
Put the phone down! Put the phone down, please!
I was like, dude, I've already started.
No, Gina, turn around, please, Gina!
I'll be right back.
And he's dead. Like if he was in a horror movie, you'd never say, I'll be right back. Because then you don't.
There's a lot of nothing to unpack there. Very closely resembles the Winnie the Pooh slasher movie, Blood and Honey. Looks to be about a girl who works at an amusement park, which is then terrorized by Steamboat Willie for reasons unknown, foreshadowing a person's death. Very much so reminds me of the Scream movies, and I wouldn't be surprised if they took some inspiration from that franchise as well.
Get another beer, you want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back!
I find there to be 2 types of movies that I really enjoy. One being cinematic masterpieces like Interstellar, Whiplash, and Oppenheimer. Then there comes the ones that I call fun movies. These are the movies that are rated extremely low, and they're just basically utter trash, but they're a lot of fun to laugh at and not take too seriously.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I think we'll find Mickey's Mousetrap to be a fun time, but if you're expecting some award-winning piece of media, we probably won't find it here. Lastly, is just a movie poster of an announcement called Steamboat Willie. She pilots my Willie until I steam her boat. Sorry. But this poster shows Steamboat Willie with a bloody knife on a ferry, looking out to a vast city, which I'm assuming is New York City. The premise is Mickey tormenting ferrygoers. I mean, they kept it simple. Steamboat Willie on a steamboat, murdering passengers. Genius! The director, Stephen Lamorte, made The Mean One, a parody on The Grinch in 2022, which looked fun. So we can expect the same to come from this one, but it's good that we get all this slop out of the way early so that we can see more creative works in the future for this character. I will say Mouse is the only piece of media that looks well put together and that people will actually enjoy. Everything else looks about how I assumed these products would be. All of this talk of public domain and slinging characters around like they're Steamboat willy-nilly made me think, what if I made a character and placed it on the public domain? I mean, there's nothing stopping me. Any creative work that a person makes technically has a copyright upon creation, and to forfeit your copyright is as easy as saying, I forfeit the rights of this whatever. So I asked my friend Kate, who's an actual artist, to come on. We'll make a character each, and we'll basically have them be free use for all of you watching to enjoy. So let's jump in!
It's the Piss Boy.
Oh, that's me! Oh! Oh! Hey, Kate. How's it going?
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
This is the first time I've seen you all day.
You would describe yourself as an artist, yeah?
An artist.
An artist.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
Yeah, because you do it for work.
Yeah, they pay me. That's how I pay for everything.
Okay, perfect. So it's your job.
It's essentially sex work.
Okay, we have to cut that. What I wanted to do is bring you here today so that we can both make cartoon characters and just put them on the public domain for anyone to use.
I love putting things on public domain that I can no longer control. That's my favorite thing.
I already made my character, you already made your character way before
Yeah.
we recorded this. Let's do a little reveal. And the way this is gonna work, we're gonna reveal our characters, we're gonna talk about the name, if they have any lore, and just kind of describe it. the biggest thing that I wanted to accentuate with him is
The nipples.
well, the glue.
And what's that in his pocket?
So let me just explain it a little bit. So the year is 1920, all right? And Grady is a very ambitious entrepreneur, to where he uses his daddy's money to open this factory. And the only thing that he's really enjoyed since he was a child was glue, particularly sniffing and maybe even making macaroni sculptures with them. As you can see by his belt buckle is a styrofoam plate with macaroni that says number 1.
It's Grady's Goofy Goopy glue.
Grady's Goofy Goopy Lube.
That's his next factory.
the lube
That's
factory.
the next ambition.
It seems that there's been a lot of trespassers lately from competitors, and so Grady had to get personal. And by that, it meant get a gun.
He's got to protect himself. In this day and age in 1920,
I mean, you look at every other character those days. You look at Bugs Bunny. You look at, I don't know, any other character. They'll sling out a gun.
name any character.
Name any character. They had a gun.
Any character, they have a gun. It looks great.
How would you say, out of 10, how is this character? Give me your thoughts.
It's my turn. First of all, it looks really good. Like, this is one of the most high quality works you've done. First of all, that's what struck me right off the bat. Next, there are so many little details. You could really tell the creator, whoever they are, put a lot of love into this. The nipples with 2 different tones of pink, that was thoughtful and that took time. Many would have passed by and just made it one color, or maybe not even drawn nipples at all. But you're a detail guy. You drew those nipples and gave them little variation in color there. Let's see, what else? The gun is masterfully done, tiny, but full of detail. Well, I didn't expect anything like this. I expected some nasty pig guy selling sausages or something.
Okay, so overall, out of 10, give me like a little rating, and I'll give yours a little rating.
Well,
yeah?
it's pretty much flawless. It's like a 10 out of 10. There's like nothing wrong here. The art is the best you've ever made.
Now let's take a look at your character. Wow!
Wow, who's that?
I'm speechless.
Whoa, who's that guy?
All right, just give me some thoughts. Give me what you were
This is
thinking.
the god of cool tricks. Look at that. He's got all the stuff that all the kids like. He's just a cool guy. He's always been cool. Look at that. He's riding a skateboard around Venice Skate Park in LA. And he's got his yo-yo out. He's juggling Mountain Dews in between blasting off with his gun and yo-yoing. Yeah, his piece. He's got a wizard outfit. Yeah, this is him. This is the god of cool tricks. He was gonna have a fushigi ball.
Oh.
Because those are very cool.
It's really funny that both of our characters have guns.
If you think about it, all cartoon characters in the beginning have guns. Guns is funny.
Does he drink the Mountain Dew or does he just juggle it?
He juggles it and he gives them away to spectators. There's always spectators.
When they open it, it's just shooken up. So it just blasts in their face.
It's another cool trick from the god of cool tricks. You're welcome. Yeah,
What?
he's a seagull. Look at him. Look at his realistic head and then his fat body.
I really like his kneecaps there. Those
Yeah,
are
they're really prominent, just like a real seagull.
Oh yeah, how could I not give this anything but a 10?
Yeah,
A 10
I
out
think
of 10.
that's fair and based.
Fair and based.
2 10s.
Are you ready? At the same time, okay?
Oh, I forgot. I wanted to make his cape the American flag.
Oh, that would have been really good. Very patriotic of you.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah,
your service.
I know.
God of cool tricks. Always enlightening people in Venice Beach. I
Give up my rights to this character. Nice. And now it's on the public domain and everyone can use it.
Michael.
Uh,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
under God, indivisible,
with liberty
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know the Star Spangled Banner?
No. That's all I have for today, but thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. If any of you decide to recreate my character or Kate's character, please send them to me on Discord or Twitter. Both those socials are down below. I'd love to see them. Yo, this is me editing. Make sure to follow Kate on her socials as well. She has a YouTube channel and a DeviantArt. Make sure to give her some love. She's a really amazing artist, and yeah, definitely check her out. All right, I'm signing off for today. Make sure that everyone says goodbye to the Disney cohorts. Goodbye. 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 See ya. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye. Till next year. Till next year. Popeye. Coming for ya. Goodbye. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye.